I've just left work. I just, an hour and a half late, and I started an hour early, but, whatever, it's fine. Oh, time for home. Time for tea. I've had 1 cup of tea today. I've got my crochet next to me. I'm doing that thing where I put it next to me and look at it occasionally. Okay, probably should pick that up and do that. And then I don't. But last night I chained, I think, 199. The other blankets are 14 chevrons, and you need a pattern that's 14 by 14 plus 3. Well, you need a multiple of 14 plus 3. So I did 14, 14, which is 196. And then plus 3, so 199 stitches. And there might even be 200 on there. We will play with that towards the end of the row. But I managed to do like this much of it. And then this is just all chained. I don't know. Oh, I'm holding these, I don't know. So yeah, this is the chain. And there's the crochet. I didn't do very much of that though. I was busy. I cleaned the kitchen as well. I had a bath at some point, which is why I then got in my pyjamas to finish off the pie, if you must know. But soup is delish. I'm very happy to report. Pie is delish, actually. I do like that pie. Got roast dinner tonight, and then I've got leftover pie tomorrow night, which is good because I think we're out for a lot of the day tomorrow, so it's quite good. Tuesday I might have to think that. I might prepare that for if I'm going to be out for most of the afternoon. I'll have to pre-plan that. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. I should crochet, and I should... I've started to do... I'm so sorry. I've started a new audiobook. I don't know if I've told you that I finished Silent Patient. So good. Recommend it. You need to read that. It's so good. It was just phenomenal. I've started a new one. I've started A Restoration Man, or The Restoration by Rose Tremaine. Oh no, I think it's just called Restoration actually. But it's set at when Charles II came back. And didn't come back because they beheaded Charles I, put Oliver Cromwell in, and then Charles II, they brought back the royalty with Charles II, that's what I'm trying to say. Which incidentally, I listened to the History is Sexy podcast, with not Emma Stone, Emma Southern, and the other one, Janina. It's because I was looking at Tremaine, that's what I said that. Janina person, I can't remember what her name is, but I know that her handle on the internet is Jane Island F. Jane Island F. Can you tell I'm tired by any chance? I had very little sleep because there was someone lying next to me who has a cold, and the snoring was interesting. It was different to the usual snore. So useless. Is that any better? Got a bit of glare, aren't you? There you go. Probably the case that my phone's in. So this is what I'm currently listening to. Very good. What I was... Oh, it's automatically signed me in. What I have just finished, which... Oh, now I've got to properly sign in. It's really hard not to say my password. I normally say it till I type it in, or at least mouth it. It's very hard not to do. Listen history, there we go. It's very strange looking at a dark screen. This one, you just need so good. Actually, it was amazing. I want to look up more by this man. And then another really good one. Oh, as always, this got my feminist juices flowing again and reignited my love for Catelyn. Oh, it reignited my love for Catelyn Moran. The miniaturist it was good. It entertained me, but I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't be like read it. Whereas Sweet Little Lies by Kaz Frere, yeah, good one. And there's 2 more. I think I've got the other 2 by wishlist. Then you've got some Sharp, but I don't. You know that Sharp is good. You don't need me to tell you that. And if you do not know what Sharp is, just by me saying Sharp, you need to educate yourself. The bit of Richard Sharpe. The Loney, by Andrew Michael Hurley. I'm not 100% sure what that was about, but it is one of those books that don't really go anywhere, and that's the point. But I'm a bit confused, and there was a few chapters to re-listen to because I wasn't quite sure what had happened. I was sort of enjoying The Last Kingdom. This is a really good one. I don't think her latest one was as good as this one. I think this is just phenomenal. And the other one I did enjoy and found it very funny, but the other one was a broader subject, whereas Agrippina was about a person, whereas A Fatal Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum was quite broad. Oh, this series. We're now just getting me going through my Audible history. Anything from The Rivers of London, and listen to an audiobook because Ben, no, he's not the reader. Cobner Holbrook Smith, he's the narrator. He's perfect. Whatever the name of the main guy is, Peter Grant. That's it. I've got no idea. Crimson Pearl and the White. Oh, good one. Enjoyed that, and that was a good sort of 30-hour jobby. I've been working my way through Terry Pratchett. It's been a while actually, since 14th of October last year was when I finished the last Terry Pratchett book, Sorcery, that I read. This one, it was read by Bill Nighy, which is kind of why I downloaded it, and Penguins. I looked at different books that Bill Nighy had narrated, and then just saw the word penguin and was like, well, I'm downloading that. It's actually a really lovely book. Really lovely. I used to listen to that on the way to college. That was really good fun. Oh no, I've gone too far. No. Oh yeah, I was working my way through Poldark as well. They're quite good. Sherlock Holmes is very good. It's just great because it's 72 hours. And some of the stories, a lot of the short stories, are only about an hour long. So if you want to do an hour of something, if I say to myself right, I'm going to do an hour of ironing, or I'm going to clean the bathroom, and I'm going to try and do it in an hour, so that when Sherlock is revealing how he's come to his conclusion, tends to be, and you start seeing that, you're like, oh god, yeah. So they range between about 56 minutes and 1 minute and 5, so they are kind of about the hour. So it's quite good. So when they start wrapping up the story, if you wanted to do something an hour, you need to get a wiggle on to be done before the end of the story. So that's quite good. And more sharp. more sharp, more poldark, more Pratchett, more poldark, more sharp. Outlander, didn't get on with that. And Wolf Hall, did not get on with. That was 2 very long books, 2 sort of 25-hour, 30-hour books that I want my time back. I remember finishing Outlander and really, really wanting, and I think I even put it on Instagram, like, can I have my life back now, because that was bad. I don't really understand it. A lot of nothing and then a lot of rape. Good Omens, fantastic, really good. Really good. I can't remember who read that. Who read that? Martin Jarvis. It was very good, actually, his portrayal. More sharp, more poldark. Lord of the Rings. Actually, I was really impressed with this. This is my favourite series as a teenage child. My favourite series of books is The Gift, or the books of Pellinor, starting with The Gift, then The Riddle, then The Crow, then The Singing. Although I think The Singing has a different name. Oh no, it's The Singing in this country, but I think it's got a different name in another one, in another country, but it's so good. Honestly, it's where I go when I want to disappear. Oh, especially The Riddle. I'll just go visit Arkan, the Winter King, which, to my dismay, is actually probably only in a couple of chapters. But it's my happy place. It's Arkan, the Winter King. I love him. Tell me, does ice cool fire, or does fire melt ice? Oh, so there you go. You've heard my book reviews. Also, I managed to read a book this year. It's October. Well done me. It was in the summer, but I really need to finish the Vampire series, which is again a series of books I started as a child, but I just never finished it, because sometimes when I get attached to books, I get very attached to the characters, and the best example actually is Harry Potter. It was years after the final film came out before I read the final book. I didn't watch the final films until I had read the book. But yeah, it took me a long time to come around to the idea of ending it, because I knew people were going to die, and I couldn't cope with that, because as far as I was concerned, they're not dead. I mean, I'd heard. I'm not going to say anything just in case I don't want to spoil anything, but I'd heard that some people had died, and some of them were, and people would be like, "Oh, I was so shocked when died." I was like, and then I'd go, "Didn't you know?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't read it." They're like, "But you love Harry Potter." I'm like, "I do, but I don't want to read the end, because then it's over. I can't go back there. I can't go back to Hogwarts once I know what happens to people and I've fallen in love with them." And of course now you're not allowed to like Harry Potter anymore, do you? Hate the artist, not the art. Situation. But I don't really. To be fair, I've moved on from Harry Potter. Harry Potter's by the time I read the final book, I was actually quite bored and fed up with that world. So it's no Pellinor. It's no Arkan the Winter King. But again, same reasons. A lot of people died in the book that's before this. I was not aware that was going to happen, especially as it's marketed as 10 plus. Just was not expecting it. But yeah, first one of this series is Demons of the Ocean, Tide of Terror, Empire of Night, Blood Captain, Blackheart, and Immortal War. And it follows the story of these two twins, Grace and Connor, who have been a part of my life for so long. I have read the first book so many times. I owned that one. I think originally I got it from a library, and then I then I saw it in a charity shop and I bought it. No, I bought the second. I read it originally as a teenager. No, not even a teenager. It was Storytime. It was because I had read the majority of the children's books, and the library, and I was like 9, 10, and there was like a teenage section, and the librarian was like, judging by the books you've read, the ones that you like, you will probably like the first of the vampires. But it is technically from the teen section, but I think it's appropriate, and I think you'll enjoy it. And I loved it. I think I read it twice in the time that I borrowed it, because I loved it. And then a few years later, I spotted the second one in a charity shop. Was completely blown away that there's an actual series of them. So I bought that, and then I think I ordered the first one because before I read the second, because it'd been a few years, I wanted to read it. And then I just went to Amazon because by then I had access to grown-up money and can buy whatever I want. Bought the rest of the series. I've now had access to grown-up money for a while, and this was one of the first few things I bought when I had access to grown-up money. I bought the whole series, just ordered it. Still can't finish that. Like, I still haven't read it. It sits by the bed every day of my life. I just don't read it because I can't sit and read it. I can't talk, like, I feel guilty. I feel like I should be doing something. I'm just seeing words like Diablo, oh, Grace, Obsidian, oh god, vampires. Oh. The original of these, the cover had 2 layers, so you'd be able to like put it in front of your face and pretend you had a skull for a face. Oh, I don't want to do. Is that going to spoil it though if I show you that? Because every book has something similar on the front, on the inside of the covers. And I'm pretty sure the first one has a little bit where there's pictures of each character. If you've read the books, you will understand that. No, now I've got to read it. Oh, that's got me excited. Okay, I promised myself. I'll read some. I have also promised to do some sewing this week. Right, I really must do some crochet. Or have a nap. Right, I'm going. That was my impromptu book chat. There are many other recommendations like The Dwarves by Marcus Heights. Read The Dwarves by Marcus Heights. Do it now. And then listen to Blind Guardian, The Dwarves. In fact, if you don't want to read it, just listen to Blind Guardian. It's your music recommendation. Blind Guardian, The Dwarves, the song that they did for the Dwarves video game. Do it. You won't regret it. It's amazing. And you get to shout by Baracus. Oh, I can see grey hair. Oh, go away. Nap time. It's time for nap. I'm home. I'm in my early. Oh, conked out.